Hi, my name is Marko. I've been working with Simon and Elevate for a couple of years now. We bought a couple of properties together, and so far everything's been working really, really well. I decided to start real estate investing because I wanted to diversify my portfolio. I wanted a little bit of financial security, and it's just something that I personally enjoy doing. I like working with my hands, I like managing properties, and it's just something that I wanted to add to. I knew a little bit about real estate investing before starting with Elevate, but I didn't know a lot about the purchasing end. I had a lot of trouble sort of finding properties that I found interesting because I was trying to do a lot of it on my own. Simon's expertise is in residential rental real estate, whereas regular real estate agents don't necessarily do that or know much about that. There's a lot about that to know. It's not as simple as it looks. There's a lot of stuff in the background, like leasing, property management, there's maintenance, there's costs associated with that kind of thing. There are tax implications that come with it. We had several conversations when we first started about exactly what it was that I was looking for, what I was trying to achieve. And Simon was able to find the right house in the right neighborhood that had exactly what we wanted. The amount of money that was coming in through rental for the house was exactly what we were looking for. And that's really hard to find when you're doing it on your own. Somebody who has more experience will be able to look at a house that maybe isn't already divided into units and be able to say whether or not that house can be divided into the types of units that you're looking for. Simon gave us lots of reports in terms of how much money this would bring in, how much money could be generated by apartments similar to those apartments in the area, and that really helped in making our decision, because then we weren't just going in blind and on faith. We were going in with facts, and that helped us make our final decision to purchase properties. Having Simon's contacts for renovations and for the leasing end of it is a huge benefit, because as everybody knows, you're busy with family, kids, your own house, this, that, and the other thing. It's hard to set up open houses, and if it's not something you do on a regular basis, you may not necessarily be able to do it as easily as they do, and they almost do it, it's seamless. Like they just set it up, get it done, and you're just signing contracts, and the paperwork is very easy, and they just made it very, very simple for a first-time homeowner. I would definitely go into houses and not necessarily look at what the house is now, but try to look at what the house could be. And that's one thing that really made Elevate such a great partner, is that they were able to point us in the right direction and say, this could be this. I know you're seeing X, but it could be Y. And that was definitely super useful. I once saw an oven in a washroom, which was terrifying. Oh yeah. It was a full-on stove. The washroom and the stove, like the kitchen stove, were basically in the same room. I remember when we bought our first income property, it was much more of an emotional experience, because it's your first house and you're almost treating it with kid gloves. Whereas now you can look at it, almost take a step back and look at it a little more as a business and be a little more pragmatic about it, which I think is important.